thanking Your Excellency
progress for Isiolo community as we
the President of our beloved motherland, Kenya.
It is a very important occasion today as we gather here to support the students of Isiolo Girls High School. Being the only national girls school in this county, we have chosen to make the institution count as a center of excellence and transformation in this region and our beautiful country. I want to thank the leadership of this county for identifying the priority areas of the school and taking the lead in finding a solution. Indeed, we cannot take pride in a national school which does not have a functional and well-stocked library, laboratory, adequate accommodation, among other critical needs. We note that the enrollment in Isiolo County remains dismal at about 17%. Among other reasons, this is linked to absence of poor infrastructure in schools. Low-income parents have no option but to contend the limited infrastructure as those who are able, taking their children to school outside the county. Ultimately, this deepens marginalization and inequality in access to education, which is a constitutional right for every child. The Ruto administration is deliberate in investing in quality education for all across the country. It is for this reason that we have committed over 628 billion Kenya shillings to the Ministry of Education to, among other issues, support full implementation of the competency-based curriculum and other education sector reforms. In the transformed Kenya, every child must have access to quality education. That is how socioeconomic transformation of the country will be of impact without leaving anyone behind. To transform the community in Isiolo, quality education is a very important ingredient. Our women rep, the Honorable Mumina, an alumni of this school, is a testimony of what transformation in education means. She has emerged from a challenging background to an influential leader at the county and national level. In this semi-arid land, most girls face teenage pregnancy, harmful socio-cultural practices like female genital mutilation and early marriage, drug and substance abuse, sexual abuse and violence, among others, that impede access to education. In Isiolo, teenage birth rate remains high at 18%, with girls between 10 and 14 years giving birth and dropping out of school. In spite of interventions of ending FGM by 2022, it is saddening that more than 65% of girls between 15 to 19 years have undergone the cut. This is against a national average of 21%. FGM triggers early marriage after this forced transition. It will deprive the girls of their childhood as they start a prolonged, miserable adult life, which they are not ready for. They are ready for school, not ready for marriage. Girls are children, not mothers. They must be in school. Education reduces FGM among our girls by up to 89% in secondary education. Secondary education reduces teenage pregnancy from 38% to about 5%. Kenya is committed as a country to meeting the international target of ending this practice before 2030. Expanding education opportunities for girls is one of the strategies. We cannot allow the dreams of our girls to be subjected to practices that snatch them the passport to a bright future. The Kenya of today and the future is for all girls and boys, men and women. On this note, I want to urge the national government administration officers present and across the county to work extra hard with other security agencies to end these retrogressive practices, not just in Isiolo, but the whole country. We are aware that the county has only about 38 secondary schools with less than 10 being boarding institutions. Further, day scholars walk for over 5 kilometers to reach the nearest secondary school. This calls for massive expansion of infrastructure, and that is why we are here today, myself as Deputy President and our Minister for Education. The national government has allocated funds for schools for various undertakings. We call upon members of Parliament under the National Government Constituency Development Fund to complement us in building modern schools that also meet the requirements for the CBC system, which we are implementing. During this fundraiser, we are elevating the school standards and performance to the national level. We want it to be an oasis of knowledge in Isiolo County and the Northern region. Hapa Isiolo na jirani county hii ya Samburu na hii ya Meru na Laikipia tumekuwa na matatizo ya usalama. Na mimi ningetaka niseme nikiwa hapa vile nilisema last time. Sisi hatuna huruma na wakora ambaye wanahangaisha wananchi. Wewe kama unataka ng'ombe, utafute ng'ombe zako. Ng'ombe ya jirani wachana naye bwana yako. Si ndio? Na tutakuwa wakali kwa hii wakora ya kuiba ng'ombe. Na Profesa Kindiki amekuwa mkali na mimi namuongeza majira kuwa mkali zaidi. Wale watu ambaye wanahangaisha watu wa Isiolo, watu wa Samburu, watu wa Meru, watu wa Laikipia, mwaka wa kumalizana na nyinyi ni mwaka huu wa 2024. Juu ya hayo tumekubaliana kusaidia usalama, tuongeze mambo ya NPR. Na wale NPR wamekuwa recruited hapa, tumekubaliana na gavana pia tusaidie ile training na ile kualikwa marupurupu yao, kwa sababu tunakuwa na matatizo ya pesa. Na kwa hivyo gavana, nataka kuhakikishia wewe ya kwamba hiyo maneno tutaharakisha, hao NPR wakuwe trained, wapewe silaha, wakuje hapa wasaidie kuweka usalama katika kaunti ya Isiolo. Nikimalizia mambo ya airport. Hiyo airport ilikuwa na matatizo kidogo, mambo ya design, na wale ambayo walifanya wakufanya vile litakikana. Nimeongea na waziri wetu wa uchukuzi Kipchumba Murkomen na tumekubaliana kuna technical team ambaye ameunda ya kuangalia vile marekebisho itafanywa. Ndio hiyo airport ikuwe ya kusaidia, tukifungua mambo ya Abtua, tukifungua mambo ya irrigation, mambo ya vyakula, mambo ya miraa, inatakiwa hii region hii yote ya Mount Kenya ikuwe served kutoka hapa Isiolo. Na kwa hivyo gavana, hiyo tutaharakisha na waziri, na hivi karibuni mtapata jia, tutafungua jia vile tutashughulikia hiyo airport. Mimi kwa sababu